everybody, Martyn at Flicking Feathers again today, and I'm tying Rob Denson's Farmer Palmer. Good wee wet fly that's kind of suggestive of a terrestrial insect or something. Ideal for fishing up near the surface, especially in kind of warmer weather. No hot but warm days when the fish are up. Now, as always, I'll put a materials list in the description along with a link to the Patreon page for anybody who wants to support the channel and be entered into the giveaways. Alternatively, like the video, share the video, but especially watch all the way to the end and leave comments below. That really helps tell YouTube to show more people. Right, that's what the algorithm likes. So I've got my hook and my vise. It's a size 10 all-purpose medium weight for fill and mill. Use the B170 if you prefer, or whatever the Hayabusa equivalent is, that's fine. I've run on some 8.0 uni, and now I'm just catching in my rib, which is small oval gold tinsel, and I'm coming, as you can see, I'm coming back slightly round the bend. Right, I'm not stopping at the start of the bend. I'm going to have a slightly longer body on this. Now I'm using, this is a wee slight variant for Rob's original, but I'll put a link to his site with the original dressing in the description as well. So the body, I'm using red silver, right? So this is kind of, I think Rob describes it as a cross between like a soldier palmer and a dabbler, right? But to be honest, I mean, this sort of platform, just tie it in different colours and you'll not go far wrong, right? It's just a wee kind of buggy looking thing. It sinks very slowly because you've got plenty of hackle and that in it, and it's on that lighter wire hook. It's really good, see like scum lanes and all that, wind lanes, where there's wee creatures getting stuck and blown in, and this hangs up there, fishing a floating line. You know, don't use fluorocarbon, use like a nylon or a polymer leader. Slow the sink rate right down. There's a wee bit too much dubbing there, so I'll just slough it off. Get that in. And I'm coming quite close to the hook eye here, right? I don't need a lot of space because it's just the hackle and the wee cloak. So I'm using, for my body hackle, I'm using like a dark barred ginger. If my memory is correct, I think Rob uses a grizzly dyed ginger. But I quite like the look of it with this. I also like it with a furnace hackle. Gives you a slightly darker, sort of darker core with the red dubbing and the lighter hackle popping off it. It's quite effective. But again, it's your fly. I mean, suit yourself. And then if you're obviously tying it in another colour, you know, it's very effective. You know, you can adjust the hackle. You can, you know, a black body with a claret hackle or something. Nice. Anyway, I've got that tied in. I just folded the stem back and then I've broken it away. And just as you would any other palmer, a couple of turns at the front. Now I'm going to come down and I'm keeping my spacing sort of normal. Although I'm going further, I still want plenty of hackle, right? As I say, this is these extra couple of turns of hackle. It kind of contributes to that, what do you call it, like parachute effect under the water, slowing the sink. So just come round, catch that with my rib, just chase it round, and then again much the same. I'm not going to string my rib out, I'm just going to take it up the same as normal. So on the straight section I'll still have like my 4 or 5 turns on what would be the standard body, right? The oval gold's not really adding any meaningful weight, but it is helping to reinforce the pattern. So I'm just going to sweep everything back and come to the front, and I like to take a full turn with the tinsel, and that just really helps lock everything back. Cross my thread, 2 or 3 wraps will hold it. Come in, trim that off, and I'll just tidy up, and I'll get some wax on my thread. Everyone, that's plenty of what we'll need for finishing the fly. As you'll know if you've watched them other videos, I like to rough out my flies with the Velcro. I think it really adds to the effectiveness. Right? You know, these wee straggly bits of it's a translucent hair, the seal fur, right? So especially a fly like this that I'm thinking you're thinking about fishing near the surface, they catch the light, right? You get this wee kind of glow coming out of the pattern. Right, so I'm brushing that, dubbing into the hackle, and also, as well as that, this increases the surface area, again contributing to the slowing effect, right? So I'm not going to come in and snip this because I don't want to snip anything else. I'm just going to ever so slightly open the tips of my scissors, and then just hold the hackle tight, and then just push against it. That takes the stem away, and then I've no trimmed away in that I don't want to. Right. So the last thing is just this, the cloak. Just got to flatten that bed a wee bit. And it's bronze mallard. I don't need a huge feather for it. I'm just going to take away the rubbish. Get myself kind of decent, just a wee bit short some of the fibres there. Get myself a decent amount, no enormous, right? You're not talking like a full size dabbler. I want like kind of a wing like amount, and this will do the cloak. Just got to fold it in half, more or less. Oops, try that again. Just fold that in half. And I'm going to offer it in. I'm just going to sit it kind of flat, and I want it short, right? I don't want it flat, kind of full wet fly length as if I was tying a full dabbler. I'm just going to offer it in, let the thread kind of grab it, and then you can just 2 or 3 wraps. And as it's a cloak like a dabbler, you can press it with your thumbnail to spread it a wee bit. Just make sure you're happy, and then tidy up. A couple of wraps to tighten it, and that there's no bad at all. Right, just something like this. You know, when viewed from below, it's probably more reminiscent of a wing than it is of a, more reminiscent of legs than it is of a wing. But it doesn't really matter what it is, it just looks like food. So trim that away, come to the front. Put a wee head on it, and then that finish. A bit extra varnish, I'll just take that away with my thumbnail, although the varnish will, sorry, a wee bit extra wax, but the varnish will get rid of that. A couple of coats, I mean one's enough for a fishing fly really, but if you like a shiny head you need 2 at least. But there you go, that's it. Rob Denson's Farmer Palmer. It's a right buggy wee thing, you know, just hanging there up near the surface. Fish are going to eat it. So I hope that was useful. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, Remember to give me a thumbs up below, and I'll see you for another one.